Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth and rule well. And I want to say shalom to you Akim and Akwat out there pursuing this truth diligently. Shabbat shalom, actually. Alright, coming at you once again with another lesson. This one's titled, All the Most Terrible Inventions Came at the Hands of the Ease. Okay, the Edomites. All the most terrible inventions came at the hands of the Edomites. Of course, in the title you have to abbreviate it Ease, because they don't like that name being in the title all too much, right? But we're gonna go ahead and get it. This is kind of something that just came to me. I was watching lessons. I was just thinking about it, scrolling through some scriptures in my digital notebook that I got with scripts in it. And I was thinking about, Planned Parenthood. I looked up a couple other things, and, lo and behold, and get rid of that. But, lo and behold, Esau, right? And these other terrible inventions. Because, of course, everybody should know about Planned Parenthood right now with Margaret Sanger and all that stuff. But if you don't, we're going to be touching on it today. Probably a shorter little lesson. I don't know how long it's going to be, but hey, we're just going to roll with it through the spirit. So, we're going to start off with a script, alright, which is Proverbs 16 and 4. Okay, you can get one right off the bat so we don't spend too much time talking, as I have a tendency to do. So this is Proverbs 16 and 4. It reads, The Lord hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. And I wanted to get this one right off the bat because I don't want the title to confuse some people, okay, and think that, this or that. Okay, yes, the Lord, all right, has created these people, the Edomites, all right, the so-called YT people, okay, for, basically the human whipping stick, all right, the human belt, okay, the human switch. Okay, a switch, speaking of, a switch, a twig that you get off a tree and you get whooped with. Alright, a belt being the same thing. You get ass whooped with a belt. Alright, the big old leather belt. That's what Esau is. They're the human belt, the human switch, man. The human ass whooping. Alright, that's exactly what they are to Jake. Okay, the Lord created them. Alright, and put them over us. Alright, he created them, alright, for the day of evil, alright? But the reason why they're over us now, alright, and the Lord allowed him to get in this position of power is because our people are going off, alright, and have been going off, pretty much, since ever, okay, right after we were delivered from Egypt, okay, and right at we're off the bat soon, just right after, man. It was better in Egypt, this in Egypt, Egypt, we don't have good food, we don't have good water, blah, blah, blah. We should just worship this idol, this calf, and so that's why Esau's in the position that Esau's in now. So there's no reason for Esau to be proud about who they are, because they've only been put in that power because, basically to be a menace to Jake, to be that human belt, all right, to be an ass whooping to them, all right, all through the hands of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay, so I wanted to put that out there because some of the terrible inventions came to the hand. Doesn't the Lord control everything? The Lord controls everything, yes. That is true. He allows it to go out, okay? So, before Esau has a thought, he's the one who chooses if he's going to have that thought or not, okay? But that's why I said came at the hands of the Edomites, okay, right? They're the ones that put it into, they're the ones that, they're the ones that think about these things. Jake don't really think about these, how to make, fucking Gatling guns and shit like that, okay? Maybe now because Jake's gotten exceedingly more wicked than our natural state, but on the grand whole of things, Esau, their minds is just different, okay? You always hear it with Jake, if you're ever around Jake, they're like, man, how could anybody even think about that, okay? Well, the reason it's just them, man. It's just them. It's just them. It's pretty much all the so-called Europeans. They're the only ones that can, how can someone think about something like that? Well, that's all they think about, matter of fact. These so-called Europeans, these so-called YT people, alright, really who they are, the Edomites that the Bible speaks of. That's all they think about. There's new ways to kill, new ways to torture, new way to inflict pain or suffering or misery on people, new way to take away, the poor people's money and give it to the poor, or give it to the rich, Slakia. Alright, more ways to take away money and to oppress and to just be a piece of shit human being. That's all the Edomites think about. Okay, and all the most terrible inventions came at the hands of the Edomites. Okay, so we're going to jump into it. Once again, Proverbs 16:4. First, it says, "The Lord hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil." We just want to put that out there. These people were made by the Lord. He made all things, right? Even the wicked. And the Esau, Edom is the wicked. Why were they made? For the day of evil. They're not meant. The Esau was not made for good. They're meant for punishment, right? For the nations, most notably, not just the nations, but Israel. Okay, so right off the bat, let's go and get. I just looked up a couple things, and we can look more. I mentioned the Gatling gun. And the Gatling gun was actually made. Then that's something for a whole lesson, really. But a Gatling gun was really made to take out the Native Americans. All right, and the apostles have talked about that. That's a Gatling gun, or a Gatling gun. All right, it was made by Richard Jordan Gatling, and if you know anything about how names are named, you can tell what type of person he is. That's Richard Jordan Gatling. Okay, and you can see he looks just about as how you would expect he would. Okay, that's an Edomite. All right, and the Gatling gun, and it's not going to tell you why exactly that is. See, it's not gonna say it, but the Gatling gun. If you go and look it up, the Gatling gun. I had it somewhere here. For Native Americans. And that's what they say, right? That's what they say. But hey, what are you gonna do? But no, it was to kill off a large chunk of the Indian population. But Esau in Google, so they're not gonna tell you a bunch of things. But the apostles have talked about it. So hey, do what you will, believe what you will. You can believe it or you cannot believe it. Now here are the founders of Planned Parenthood. The main one being Margaret Sanger. Okay, this horrible, brutish, manly-looking bitch. Okay. And ain't that about the manliest female you ever saw? God damn. Did she even have a husband? Wow. What did he look like? Who knows? But this, I guess, and Ethel Byrne. Alright, another manly looking fucking woman. Look. They all look like men. They're all people that wouldn't fucking probably get impregnated in the first place. So, no wonder why they're so upset. But look at that, man. That looks like a British man. So, continue on. British white man. Who else? Fanny Mendel. And what is she? American feminist? Yeah, look, so feminist. A feminist. So, Mexico. So, I guess she's from Mexico. Mexican sound. Oh, what? No. Jewish Women's Archive. Fanny Mendel, huh? Interesting. Who would have known? Let's see. Is that what she Well. Why they try to hide that so much? That's really weird. That is really weird that they would try to hide that. Keep that in mind. If you can see it on screen, keep it in mind. Just very interesting. That is something of note. So, but the main one, the big heavy hitter here, all right, Margaret Sanger. Everybody knows about Margaret Sanger, right? Everybody knows about Margaret Sanger. So, you could go in and read all this on what you want, but all you had to do is you got to go to images and look up quotes. Let's see. It says, what does this one say? Covertly invest in non-white areas. Invest in ghetto abortion clinics. Help to raise money for free abortion in primarily non-white areas. Perhaps abortion clinic syndicates throughout North America that primarily operate in non-white areas and receive tax support should be promoted. Why non-white areas? Oh, what's this? Oh, it's her with the Ku Klux Klan. Sanger delivers a burning speech. Local KKK gals hang on every word. Look at that. Let's look at another quote. The most merciful thing that a large family does to one of its infant members is to kill it. Real quote. Real quote. Okay? What else? What's the one where I want the one that everybody knows. It's a real racist shit, right? Where is it? Here it is. Colored people are like human weeds and need to be exterminated. Margaret Sanger, founder of Planned Parenthood, was a racist. Who would have guessed? I mean, she fucking talks about eugenics. What are eugenics?
Eugenics.
Okay. Let's see. Eugenics, the study of how to arrange reproduction within a human population, increase occurrence of heritable characteristics as regarded as desirable. You know, blonde hair, blue eyes, you know? It says, developed largely by Sir Francis Galton as a method of improving the human race, eugenics was increasingly discredited as unscientific and racially biased during the 20th century, especially after the adoption of its doctrines in order to justify their treatments of the disabled people and other minority groups. Keep that in mind. And there is the real desirable characteristics in a human being would be dark skin, dark eyes, dark hair, right? Melanin, right? It gives you more survivability, and that's how, we naturally looked. Okay? So, what does this one say? She was also an active what? Look. Today I learned that Planned Parenthood founder and well-regarded feminist Margaret Sanger, so feminist as well. You got 2 in 1, all right? Killing babies, feminism, so on and so forth, and racist, right? Was also an active eugenicist, the promoter of racist ideals such as blacks being aggressive and only trustful in the words of other blacks. She founded Planned Parenthood with the purpose of making her ideals a reality. Yeah, to get rid of all the black people. There you go. And you're going to have some people that are going to say, whatever the fuck. They might even try to back her up. There's a lot of people that love Margaret Sanger. Hillary Clinton being one of them. All right, so there you go. So, Planned Parenthood. All the most terrible inventions came at the hands of the Edomites. Let's see, what else do we got? So she created Planned Parenthood, which deals with abortions. Now, what is an abortion? I wanted to look into some things. I wanted to see the hypocrisy of how they label these things. Now, I looked up first. I was like, is abortion considered a medical procedure? Okay, well, first I looked up what the word medical meant. Okay, I'll show you. I'll go through the exact process. Medical means relating to the science of medicine or to the treatment of illness and injuries. Okay, the treatment of illness and injuries. Now, I looked up after that. Okay, what is a medical procedure? It might not be in the correct order, but what is a medical procedure? Okay. This right here from Better Health Channel says non-surgical procedures are used to diagnose, measure, or treat problems such as disease or injury. So a medical procedure would be considered something that's treating a disease or an injury. You can go down, you can look, and you can look through all these different things, right? It involves a combination of special skills, may require drugs, right? Look, procedure, definitive healthcare. A procedure is a medical intervention that treats illness or injury. Now, I looked up, is abortion a medical procedure? It says abortion is a medical procedure that ends a pregnancy. So, but a medical procedure is something that treats an illness, all right, or an injury. How is having a baby an illness or an injury? Just, that's not necessarily playing into the title here, but it was just something that I thought was a little weird that they're considering it. They considered a medical procedure. Okay, a medical procedure. Okay, this one says, without question, abortion can be medically necessary. The only time that abortion could be considered a medical procedure is if it's like killing the mother, and you're still killing something. Okay, you're still killing something. That's the only time it could be considered a procedure. Okay, because it would, it's actively harming, and it would be considered a procedure. Either way, you're still killing a baby. Either way, all right. But that's the only way it could be considered a medical procedure. Just killing a baby and taking it out of you, and you're in no harm's way. That's not a medical procedure. Now, if you're killing the baby because it's killing you, then that's a medical procedure, perhaps, maybe. But then we're just getting into terminology, and that don't mean nothing at the end of the day. Okay? Regardless, you can't kill. Thou shalt not kill. Everybody knows the commandment. Everybody knows it. Okay? Even people that are not religious know thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Right? Everybody knows those. Right? I knew those even before I wasn't in the truth. And I was before the truth, I wasn't religious really at all. All right? I started, waking up to the fact that there might be a God. But that was it, and it was the Christian God, of course, Jeebus, right? I'm not going to say the real name. I'm just going to say it with B in it. So that's how it goes. But all the most terrible inventions came at the hands of the Edomites. And anyway, the whole purpose of Planned Parenthood, just to kill black babies, the brown babies. All right, so-called black. I don't want to say black because, black isn't even a thing. There's no such thing as black. Asphalt is black, okay? Wait, our people are not black. They're brown. All right, but dark brown and brown, all right? The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Our people are brown, and she just wanted to get rid of the brown. She wanted them to all be pale and leprous with blonde hair and blue eyes, and they couldn't go out in the sun for 5 minutes without coming back with big, nasty fucking boils that white people get. Only them. Only them. You don't see an Issacharite get that. You don't see a Judite or a Benjamite get that, or a Levite. All right? You don't even see a Hamite. Okay, they're not even an Israelite. Okay, but you don't even see a Hamite get that. You don't even see Moab. All right, even the heathens, right? Moab, Ham, Ishmael. You don't even see them getting that. Esau's pretty much the only one, man. The Israelites don't get that. All right, and the nations don't even get that. It's just E, man. They're special in that regard. They're the only ones that when they get hit with sun, their skin boils up into a pus. Look at this sunburn. Look, who are you going to see? Look, boom, right off the bat, white people. Look. Why don't you see one black person on here? So-called black. Why? Where are they at? Huh? Well, you don't see Jake with this. Look at this shit. Look at who got them. Look at their skin, man. And it shows you when it happens that they're really red. Okay, they're really red. Look at this, man. Well, that's a refrigerant burn. But look, who's the only one that gets it? You don't see any other color here, man. You don't see any other color. But that's the best skin, though. That's the best skin. That's the best thing to have. Okay? And then, and my when I used to live with those people that I used to call my aunt, that's not really my aunt. She's Edomite that used to date my uncle. And we were going outside, and she said, "Remember to put on sunscreen." I said, "Oh, I don't need sunscreen. I don't burn." And I said, I don't remember if I said, "Oh, Mexicans don't burn," or something like that. And then they told my girlfriend, my wife, right at the time, I think they said to put on sunburn. She said, "Black people don't get sunburn." And then my so-called aunt, her daughter, got so fucking pissed. Like, she gave this nasty look and like fucking just like scoffed. Because they're mad, man. Like, that we don't burn. The sun doesn't, Yeah, look, sunburn, you can look at black people. Black skin. Where's the photo? That ain't a sunburn. You just peeling, man. That's it. You might peel a little bit, but that ain't a sunburn. That ain't a sunburn, man. That ain't a sunburn. Oh, look, this is a sunburn. Look, no, that ain't a sunburn, man. This is a fucking sunburn. Okay? That is a sunburn. Well, it looks just like, peeling a little bit, you might have got your skin a little toasty, but that ain't really a sunburn. That ain't really a sunburn. A sunburn is a sunburn. It burns. Okay? Jake, this happens. Esau can get skin cancer, all sorts of shit. Have to do something. Jake just gets it, might be a little bit irritated and itchy, and then they get darker. That's it. Boom. That's all. Dumb. So let's continue on. Let's get Psalms 10 and 4 through 6. Psalms 10 and 4 through 6. And it says, starting with verse 4, the wicked. There it is. There's that word again. The wicked. Who is the wicked? Esau, Edom is the wicked. Psalms 10 and 4 through verse 6. It says, the wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts. They're not thinking about the Lord. Okay? They don't care about the Lord. What they're not thinking about the Lord, they're not thinking about, what we should do to plead the Lord. They're thinking about how can we kill, how can we maim, how can we steal, how can we rob, how can we hurt these people, how can we harm these people, how can we get more money, how can we take their shit and get more shit, even though we have all the shit already, how can we get even more? That's all they're thinking about, man. The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. We've described that before. If you look at someone, you're like, what are you gonna do? You kind of blow air, and go, what are you gonna do? That's puffing. All right. He puffeth at them. What are they gonna do? They're not gonna do anything. They're never gonna rise up. They're not gonna rise up, as it says in verse 6, right? He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. These puny little black people are never gonna rise up and overtake me. And these Asians and the, most notably the Jake, though. These so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans will never get over us. They're still thinking they're African and Mexicans, dumbasses. That's, they don't even know they're Hebrews. That's these people, man. Okay? And they think that they're never going to be in adversity. And adversity is bad times, terrible times, hurt, woe, right? Destruction. They don't ever think they're going to be in a situation like that. They think it's going to be all good all the time. They think they're going to continue in their big old houses, their big old mansions, their Bugattis, their Lamborghinis, their McLarens, right? And all their yachts, all right, and their planes and their private jets, all right? They think that they're going to continue with those things and just continue to have them forever. And they're never going to be in adversity. They're never going to be taken away. They're never being stripped of those possessions. That's what they think. They're pride, man. They're prideful. Okay? So, and we don't have to continue reading. I mean, it's pretty much there. I mean, we'll read the verse 7. It says, his mouth is full of cursing and deceit. It says, his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. All right, so mischief and vanity. So what is vanity? It really goes back to pride. Inflated pride in oneself or one's appearance. There you go, man. So under his tongue is mischief and vanity. They're just looking for what is mischief? First of all, what is mischief? Because basically all they think about is mischief and vanity and how to hurt people. What is mischief?
Mischief.
All right, playful misbehavior. No, it's not playful. It's not playful. It says harm or trouble caused by someone or something. See how Esau has to try to make these definitions work better in their favor? Well, it's just playful. No. We want the third definition. Harm or trouble caused by someone or something. Harm, hurt, injury, ill, trouble. That's the real one. That's the real one. If we go and watch, because Esau likes to change these fucking, they like to change definitions, man. All right, let's get Psalms 10 and 7. Psalms 10 and 7. Let's go see what mischief really means. It says right here.
Strong's H 5999. Amal.
All right, Amal. Let's see. Labor, mischief, misery, travail, trouble, grievance, grievousness, iniquity, miserable, pain, painful, perverseness, toil, wearisome, and wickedness. Look, and then with outline of biblical usage, we've got toil, trouble, labor, trouble, mischief, toil, labor. What is toil?
Toil.
All right, exhausting physical labor, not so much. That could be. They do subject our people and and even the heathens to that. Because Esau's I control everybody. But really they like to control us the most. They like to hurt everybody. They even hurt their own people. They don't give a shit. But trouble, okay, just wickedness, man. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity, just wickedness and pride. That's what they love. That's what they love, man. And we'll even get on to Proverbs 4 and 16, and then we'll read some more of these other events. So Proverbs 4 and 16 reads, for they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. Once again, for they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. So they have to do this wickedness and this terribleness and this treachery and just evil shit, all right? Or they won't be able to sleep, man, unless they cause someone to fall. You know, it's taken away. You know, God damn it. Jeez. You know, Margaret, I really can't sleep. Let me call up Bill. Hey, Bill, can we kill a couple of those people in those cobalt mines? You know, can we kill somebody in those diamond mines, please? Just one. Just hit a rocket. Yep, let me hear him dying. Oh, that's so good. All right, cool. I can go to bed now. You know, that's how it goes, man. That's these people, dude. What kind of fucking people is that? You know, really. All the most terrible inventions came at the hands of the Edomites. You know, who... And you know, there's that saying again. Who the fuck thinks of these things? Well, the Edomites do. You know? There's torture devices. Let's look them up. Well, let's go over here so we can leave the Bible up. Torture methods. Historical. The brazen bowl. Alright, everybody knows about that. It's a little bowl-like device that, you throw somebody in, you light a fire underneath, and they scream, and it creates basically a reverb sound effects that comes up through the bowl's mouth, and it sounds like a bowl. All right, and its owner was not its owner, its inventor was actually killed by it. Serves him right. The rack, that one's pretty bad. I believe that's one where they basically just stretch you out. There's not a lot of these ones I know. The Iron Maiden was never actually used, at least that's what Esau claims. There's a bunch of other ones. Rat torture, the eaten alive, yep, with the bucket and you put it on fire so they would go. Keel hauling, flaying, that's right, skinning someone alive, right? So there's just a ton of different ones. Who thinks of these things? All right, let's look at who invented. Let's History Channel. Let's go see. The Iron Apega. I don't even know what that is. Not just the fucking Iron Maiden. That's all it is. It's Iron Maiden. Huh. Who invented it? Who invented it? Who invented it? It was, Greek. Edomites. The rack. Alright. Torture device. Let's go and see who created this. It was made... Oh, the Greeks. There you go. Once again, Edomites. Let's see. The Scavenger's Daughter. Let's see. They say Tower of London. It was invented by Henry. Oh. Huh. Well, it was invented in a time. Who was it made by? It says... I guess they might not know. Torch in the reign of sun. I guess it might not know, but anyway, it was created in the reign of Henry. So all of the Henrys, right? Edomite. What else do we got? Let's see. Maybe one of these is not made by an Edomite. The Pair of Anguish. Oh yeah, that one's fucking awful. All right, that one's straight into a woman's box or a man's anus or a mouth. Okay, depending. Okay. Yep. How the hell do you know all these things? A medieval history nerd. All right, so. Not really history. I know a couple things, but medieval times just crazy. Who created it though? Early mention is looks like French. So, fuck you. Once again, Edomites. Iron Maiden, Edomite. You don't even have to look, man. They're all Edomites. They all made it. All the Edomites. They all made. All the most terrible invention came at the hands of the Edomites. You know, the Gatling gun, Edomites. Alright, Planned Parenthood, Edomites. Who invented the guillotine? There's a torture method. Joseph Ignace Guillotine. French. There you go. Oh, what else was he? Freemason. There you go. There you go. Said the use of the device to carry out executions in France. A less painful method of execution than existing methods. And I don't know if that's exactly true. I think the guillotine's been around. No. Actually, no. I was thinking, no. Back in the day, back in medieval times, it was just a chopping block. That's all it was. You put your head down on a block, and they'd use an axe. I was like, isn't that, weren't they doing that before? But no, they were using. They had a thing called you know, just regular, like, what are they called? Headsmen? Headmen? Executioner, yeah. Headsman. You know, that's what they had. So, I guess the guillotine was the more streamlined version of that. And they use a, they actually had specific swords for it too. They usually see them with these big executioner's axe. Fuck you. Usually see a big executioner's axe, but they also used a executioner's sword as well. There you go. It was blunt on the end, and it had these holes in it. It would basically allow for more wind resistance, so you get a quicker, quicker whoosh, right? I believe, at least that's what I heard at one point in time. Let's see if it says it in here. But yeah, that's how they do it. They make you lean down. You usually had a chopping block, usually. Interesting. I guess they're not gonna explain too much. You'd have to go on to like a probably something like this. They'd probably tell you exactly, or I guess this is how you can just buy them. I don't know why you'd need one, but anyway, I guess if you want to display, I mean, it doesn't seem like that cool of a sword to display. But let's continue on. So there you go, we got that, right? What about prison? That's a really inhumane thing. Who created that? The Romans. The Romans were among the first to use prisons as a form of punishment rather than simply for the detention. It was a form of punishment, not just detention, punishment. A variety of existing structures were used to house prisoners, such as metal cages, like animals, right? Basements of public buildings, and quarries. There you go. Let's see.
Oh.
The state's first, that was in 1855. They've been going on a lot longer than that, all the way back to the period of the Romans. And the Romans are still in rule today. They're just named George and Bill and Paul, not Paul. Well, unfortunately, a lot of them are named Paul. They're named all biblical names because, you know, these Anglo-Saxons that, tried to, basically take over, and that's why you see all their they took over all where we were, all right, in the time during the Dark Ages ruling. And that's why you see, like, flags and stuff over there in the Middle Ages that look like the symbol of Naphtali and Issachar and Judah, right, all the lions. That's why, and that's why and all these Edomites have names like Paul, David, right? And they have all the biblical names. Well, I wonder why. And then on top of that, you have all the Christians that think, I'm gonna name my son David. You're disgracing that name, okay? Margaret, you're disgracing that name. So, Proverbs 4:16. Once again, why do they do these things? For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. You can't sleep unless you've done some murder or something, So, Psalms 10:2. The wrong button. Psalms 10:2 reads, "The wicked," there it is, there's that word again. "The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined." That's all they do. They persecute the poor. What does persecute mean? Okay, and we're the poor. The poor are the Israelites. We're the poor. What is persecution?
Persecute.
Alright, subject someone to hostility and ill treatment, especially because of their ethnicity, religion, and that's all. We're not gonna read the other shit because that's just some added on shit. But ethnicity and religion, alright, which they're discriminating us for both. Not only following after our true religion, but also being, who we are, alright, being the real Israelites. Alright, and being the real Israelites and acting like the real Israelites, they don't like that. They don't enjoy it at all. So the wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in devices that they have imagined. I got a quick fire. I got to get heading out here to the plantation, unfortunately. But who created modern medicine? If you look it up, they'll try to hide it. Oh, Hippocrates. Hippocrates, however you pronounce that. How do you pronounce it? Pronunciation. Hippocrates, yeah.
Hippocrates.
Okay, started double DSing myself. It's like you. Hippocrates Go back down. That's what it says. Go, Scroll down a little bit. How John D. Rockefeller influenced modern medicine. What's the next one? How Rockefeller created the business of Western medicine. There you go. Let's continue down. You can probably find some more. Let's see, Yep. History of Big Pharma. How Rockefeller... So they try to say, oh, Hippocrates. No, John D. Rockefeller created this shit. You know, pseudoephedrine and all these different things. That was Esau. That was Esau. They wanted to do all those things. Hippocrates, same thing. Same different. But, you know. Psalms 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. You know, this is okay. You can go ahead and take this. We'll help you. You know, oh, Planned Parenthood is here to help you. You know, oh, this is here to help you. These prisons are here to help keep the bad people up. A lot of those people should have just been put to death. They were witches, you know, doing drugs, put to death. All right, they were getting with little girls, put to death. All right, they were, you know, murderers, put to death. You know, those prisons would start getting really bare. All right, and all the thieves, well, hey, they just have to pay it back, right? And then some, right? Psalms 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter. Esau, this is speaking of Esau. But war was in his heart. His words were softened oil, yet were they drawn sword. No, it's fine. We do this to help you. We know there's a drawn sword under there, Esau. Okay? No matter how smooth your words are, we know there's a drawn sword under there. You ain't fooling us. All right? We got the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai dealing with us, man. We got the spirit through Yahweh Bashem Yahushai dealing with us, man. Okay? And he's opened our eyes so we can see all through. He opened our eyes and we can see through your bullshit and lies. How about that? And there's a rhyme for you, Esau. Okay? He opened our eyes and now we can see through your bullshit and lies. Because that's all you do. Here's another one. Job 13 and 4. But you're all forgers of lies. If you're forging something at a forge, you're in a forge and that's, you know, another medieval term, right? And you're smashing out a piece of metal to what? Make swords or doorknobs or nails or whatever, right? Or horseshoes. All right, what are they forging? Lies. They're making lies. They're conjuring up lies, thinking of new lies to make, new lies to push out, right? And to oppress people, right? Going back up into Proverbs 4 and 16, they can't, you know, unless they've done some mischief or some wicked or caused someone to fall, they can't sleep, you know? So they got to forge something up. And then it goes on to say, you're all physicians of no value. Go and look up what physician means. We just talked about that with their medical system. Go and look that up. What is a physician? They're that of no value. If I said, oh, you're a mechanic of no value, that means you're a shit mechanic, okay? If I say you're a physician of no value, that means you're a shit physician, okay? You're useless. You're worthless, okay? No value means useless, worthless, without worth, okay? So Numbers 35 and 33, and we're going to close out. Shorter, a little bit of a lesson today. I don't know how long it went on, for about 37 minutes, but hey, we'll get to about 40 minutes after this. This is Numbers 35 and 33. It says, so ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land. And all these people have done is just spill blood. That's their favorite thing to do. It says, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. So you know what that means, Esau? That means there's going to be a lot of your bloodshed being shed. A lot of your blood being shed these coming days when Yahweh Bashem Yahushai comes back. All right, when Yahweh sends his son back, all right, on this chariots, gonna be a lot of, there's pints upon gallons upon liters upon you know tons upon tons. You know, there's so much, man, so much. Okay, because of your wickedness. All the most terrible inventions came at the hands of you guys. Okay, every you know, freaking executioner swords and Gatling guns and Planned Parenthoods and all murder weapons and all the bombs and guns. You know, of course, and yeah, the Most High allowed you that because you're the wicked. You're created for the day of evil. Okay, but you're still the one carrying it out, man. They all came at your hands. It's your hands. You got a lot of blood on your hands, Esau, and the Lord's gonna make you repay those things back, man. By your blood being shed. That's the only way the land can be cleansed. So with that, we're going to go ahead and close out. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. So with that, we're going to close out. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the elders, apostles at Great Millstone, the time is truth and rule well. Shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring, keep the faith. We're almost out of here. Until next one, Lord willing. Shalom.